Good morning and welcome to a gentle yoga morning flow class. And thanks for joining me. It is 7 a.m. where I am, and I've just done all my morning chores out on my ranch for my animals and with my animals. And now it's time for some self-care. So maybe it is time for some self-care for you to open up ligaments and joints and warm up muscles for the day and set the tone for a nice, easy flow day ahead of us. So let's start by just sitting comfortably onto the floor and taking our hands on our knees. Close our eyes and gently starting to move the breath through the body. Grounding down through the sit bones, raising nice and tall through the spine. Starting to move the breath through the nose, Ujjayi breathing. We'll do another 3 breaths here together. And coming to a normal breath and dropping our head down towards one side, stretching the side of the neck, and then dropping it up and over to the second side, waking up the pathway for the shoulder, for the neck, for the breath, and then gently bring it all the way back up and taking that right arm up and over, stretching into the side body, maybe turning and churning a little bit here, checking in with that lateral side, and then gently coming over to the second side, sweeping the left arm up and over, and moving the breath, moving the spine. And gently coming all the way back up, hands onto the knees, arch the spine back, and make a nice wave to the front. You can feel a little stiff in the morning, so that's where we're here to wake up the pathway through the spine, wake up the blood flow through the spine, through the hips. Inhale and exhale, and we do one more nice wave. And then from here, taking our palms and rubbing them together, waking up the breath of the palms, Hasta Bandha. And we'll just start making some good heat into the hands. Really for everything, not just for yoga practice, but to wake up for the entire day, to wake up the hands to receive and to give, full exchange. We'll do a few more rubbing together and then shake the hands, and then we can open and close the palms, and waking up the fingers, palms, wrists, and then from here come to all fours, please. Spreading the fingers, second finger forward, claw the fingertips, tuck the toes under, arch the spine up into a nice big round spine, and bringing it back down, and a nice big round spine, and hollowing back down, and one more time, finding that nice space in each and every vertebrae, and then bringing it back to neutral. Take your toes over to the left side and look over towards the left side, and taking the toes over towards the right side, and head on over with your gaze Stretching side body to the right side, and then gently coming back to the center and come to your downward facing dog with bent knees. Pedal your right heel and your left heel. And then from here, coming up onto the toes, bend the knees and come over with your heels to the side, stretching in towards the side body. Drop your heels to any side. They're kind of like in a walking mode. Toes to one side aligned, and then up and over, second side. Stretching into that lumbar spine. And then from here, taking a step over towards the hands. Take your feet nice and wide for early morning stance. As wide as your mat. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, fold. Then we're going to roll all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And take it all the way up towards the sky. And then hinge and fold. And round the spine back down again. And then inhale, rounding it all the way back up. And inhale, take it all the way up, palms together. And hands down through the center, rounding each and every vertebrae, all the way down. And one more time, inhale, rounding it all the way up. And this time we'll stay up here, taking the left wrist and coming into a side crescent stretch with our whole side opening up and waking up, and then gently take it back to the second side and stretching in towards your sunlight, wherever it is. If it's in the heart, if it's coming through the window, and then gently, maybe you're outside, bring it back up. Take your hands behind you, hands on your lower back, and just lifting the shoulders back, waking up the shoulders, taking the ears back. Kind of just checking in with the shoulder blades, standing mountain pose with hands interlaced behind us, feeling nice and grounded through all four corners of the feet. And then exhale, release, and take the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, hinge and fold, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands underneath the knees. And exhale, place your hands, step back to down dog. And then from here, come to plank pose, please. And lowering the knees to the floor and lowering the whole body to the floor. Inhale to your cobra, a nice easygoing morning, early morning cobra. Give yourself a few breaths right here. And then exhale, bring it back down, push back to child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart, active child's pose. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, stretch the back, and then come up to all fours and downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll do that one more time, from down dog to plank pose, lowering the knees, come all the way down to the floor. Inhale to your cobra, arranging your hands so that they are in a nice alignment around right next to the shoulders, and then coming into your cobra, toning into the back body. And we'll just hang out here a little bit and swaying that cobra side to side. And then exhale, bring it all the way back down, push back, child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. And gently come back to all fours and step back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your right foot between your hands. Take your left knee down. Keep your hands to the inside of the right foot. You might even walk that right foot out slightly and coming to a low lunge quad stretch, hip flexor stretch, waking up in towards our hamstrings, into the hips, hands to the floor. If you feel extra awake, by all means, take your forearms down, maybe on a block. Maybe it's plenty to have the hands on the floor. From here, leave your left hand where it is and take your right arm up to the sky for a nice big wide stretch. And exhale, release, bring it all the way back down. Push back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come forward to plank pose, lower all the way down to the knees and come down to the belly. Inhale to cobra, pull your chest forward, your side body forward, and then exhale, bring it all the way back down. Push back, child's pose. One breath, getting the blood flowing, getting the breath flowing. Come to all fours, come to down dog. Step your left foot between your hands and take your right knee down, and then from here take your hands to the inside of the left foot, and then we're going to just lean on forward. The back toes are tucked under, getting some nice flow through the whole right hip. Active stretching, skin to muscle, muscle to bone, waking the pathways. And then from here, leave your right hand where it is and take your left arm up towards the sky. Big wide crescent stretch. And exhale, take it all the way back down and step back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk your left foot towards the hands, big wide step, and come into a wide stance, feet wide apart, tuck the toes in, bend into the knees, take your hands to the floor, stretching in towards the back side of the body. Maybe you'll come down with your forearms to the floor, just getting a nice big wide forward bend, stretching spine, side of the waist, hamstrings. Breathing, saturating each and every part of our body with that nice morning breath. And then hands to the floor, extend your arms, take your hands to your hips, bend into your knees and come to standing. Take the arms all the way out. Inhale, bring it all the way up towards the sky, and hands down, and take our hands behind, just like our earlier forward bend when we had our hands behind onto the sacrum, same thing. So maybe hands are on the hips, maybe hands interlaces behind, roll the shoulders up and back, and find like an equal stretch from shoulder to shoulder, like a nice smile. Inhale. Bring your chest forward, lift it all the way up, and then from here, bend into the knees and come all the way forward, and stretching the arms up to the sky. Release your head towards the floor. Maybe you're swaying a little side to side here, and coming into that side body that we started stretching. And we're just coming in a little bit deeper version to it here, all the way into the lumbar spine, lower back, side body, shoulders, and then exhale, release the hands and take the hands all the way to the floor. Step to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread your fingers, heels down, press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, come up onto the toes, bend the knees, and come into child's pose with your knees together and with your palms forward, and get a little, maybe a little extra lift for that lower back and support. Stretch your arms forward. One more breath right here. And then slowly come all the way up to a seat. And then from here, we'll take a comfortable seat, whether it's on your knees or if you're sitting on a block or however you'd like to sit. Crossing your legs, taking our hands to the knees. Then we'll come back to our little wave that we had in the beginning, where we just roll the spine forward and then take it back. Inhale on the way forward and exhale as we round the spine back out, and inhale and exhale as we round it all the way back, and then come to a nice comfortable seat and turn the palms up. Again, close our eyes. Sitting nice and tall, wrapping up our gentle morning yoga flow practice by just sitting nice and tall, letting all the layers adjust to what we just did. And gently bringing the hands together in front of the heart. And we'll wrap our practice up in an Om to seal the poses and to use our voices and to simply joining our voices together even though we are not in the same room. It's a nice way to connect by chanting the sound of Om. Take a nice big inhale. Thank you so much for joining me for this nice and gentle, easy flow yoga to start the day just right. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.